Hi, I'm Alex and welcome to the Safety Monitors YouTube channel. Today we're going to have a very brief conversation about carbon dioxide and why you might want to consider monitoring. Mainly we're going to discuss indoor air quality and safety at work. Although it does have environmental implications, we might look at that in a future video. In the UK, we use a document called EH40, which declares the different limit values for different compounds and gases you might find at work. So we do have a limit value for carbon dioxide in the UK. We have an 8-hour time-weighted average, which means you can work consistently in an atmosphere up to 5,000 parts per million. We also have a 15-minute short-term exposure level of 15,000 parts per million, which means if you're exposed to 15,000 parts per million for as little as 15 minutes in a day, you can't do any more work. Now, the other indicator of CO2 is heightened CO2 levels indicate that there's potentially other VOCs that might be present or other particulates or contaminants in the atmosphere. So it's a good indicator of the air quality and air movement in the room. As you see heightened CO2 levels, you usually see heightened levels of other gases or other contaminants. Now, those other gases or other contaminants, particularly in the current time, could be considered in terms of COVID-19 transmission. So it's quite often that we will look at CO2 levels as an indicator of possible transmission. So if we keep those CO2 levels low, we keep transmission low. So we do that by opening windows or changing the environment in some way. Now, the only way to realistically tell if you have good air quality in an environment is to monitor. So a couple of ways of doing that would be to use personal instrumentation, particularly if you're in an occupational hygiene environment. You might want to buy a personal CO2 monitor like our PDM Pro CO2. You might also consider fixed systems. So if you've got a more advanced system, or you might have larger exposures of higher levels of carbon dioxide, particularly found in things like the brewing industry, we find CO2 in large volumes as it's used in beer production and wine production. Puts the fizz in your beer. You might look at a fixed gas detection system. So you have a head like this, and then you have a control panel remotely which will function in the terms of setting off alarms or activating some sort of air removal system, or all sorts of other ways that these systems can work. The important thing about this is accuracy and our ability to monitor carbon dioxide very effectively and efficiently. So these are highly accurate monitors. There are also very basic carbon dioxide indicators on the market that are available from ourselves, among others, which will simply give you a green, amber and red light to let you know if your air quality is good, if your CO2 levels are low, and therefore the transmission of COVID-19 or the air quality in an environment is in a suitable place that you can work effectively and safely. So, that's just a brief overview of carbon dioxide. If you should need any more information, or you want any more information from Safety Monitors, then feel free to visit our website at www.safetymonitor.co.uk, or give us a call on 01489 326 031. Myself and my colleagues are always happy to help, so if you do need any further advice or information, feel free to give us a shout. And we look forward to seeing you in the next one.